Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a giant paper sunflower just in time for fall and Thanksgiving. You could also make these smaller and gift them or use as Thanksgiving centerpieces, but this specific one will be for the giant standing ones for backdrops and photo ops. All the materials will be listed below the video along with the template. You could hand cut them using my printable template or use the Cricut or Silhouette or other cutting machines. The template will list out how many you'll need of this center shape. I'm starting out with 2 sheets of letter size cardstock paper in this brown color and cutting 4 of these on each sheet of paper. Times 2 will be a total of 8 of these. First, fold it down the middle and don't worry about it being perfect. Then roll the first piece on its own and add into your coupler for the flower stand. Then the rest of the pieces will be rolled around the outer layer of the coupler. Make sure to glue every so often so that it doesn't unravel on its own. I felt folding it down in the middle helps it add width on the bottom so it looks fuller faster. Once you have a few rolled onto the center, I also like to shape them to slightly go back and the tips facing in. After a few layers, you could shape them as you go because it's harder to go back and shape it after. After the 6th one, I used the second center pattern that looks more like a scallop and pair it together with the sharp end first center and roll that together. Then finish up the 8th sharp end first center, pairing it with the scalloped second center. And I like to cut 2 different shades of brown of the second scallop center and pair those together. It's a very subtle detail, but I felt that the different shades of brown help the center feel more realistic. You'll need 16 altogether, so about 8 pairs of 2 different shades of brown. And the scalloped shape center, you'll need to just shape them back and not have to worry about it shaping towards the center like the first sharp ones. After the 7th pair, I cut the first center shape back again with the sharp ends with light brown color, and you'll need 12 of these altogether. I'm going to add about 4 of them on its own and then shuffle it in with the scalloped remaining ones. After the scallop ones are down, you'll just add the remaining light brown ones over and over. The center is definitely the most work, but I felt the sunflower has so much detail in the center, and that's what really makes the sunflower. You could choose to add more or less into the center. Honestly, I wish I could keep going and add more than I did in this video. You could also fast forward to the petals if you are ready to go on. I will have the video chaptered, so just go on to the petals if you have to. For the petals, we'll need 40 altogether, and I cut 4 on 1 letter size cardstock paper. After having 40 cut, I like to work in increments of 5. So with the stack of 5, I shape it using the PVC pipe, and I also curl the tips, the top edges out. Then glue that to the bottom. And because we are working in increments of 5, first add the 5 evenly around the circle, similar to a star shape. Once you have those evenly down, you could then add another set of 5 in between the first 5. Then go on to your next 10 petals and go in between the first 10. And lastly, go on to the next 20 petals and go in between the first 20 that we put down, making sure all your petals are added in between each layer. You'll be able to see how it forms as the video goes on. Next, add tissue paper below. I used this green masking tape, but you could also choose any color you want. Tape as much as you need to make sure the tissue paper holds its form. Then cut 10 green leaves, which is the same shape as the yellow petals, but in green paper. Then glue more than halfway into the leaf and add that from the coupler to the tissue to slightly onto the yellow petals. Use the same method in going around the circle, making the first 5 leaves like a star shape. Then add the second set of 5 in between, and most of the tissue paper should be covered up. Next, you'll need a pair of the same leaf shape and fold that in the middle, then glue around the rim of the leaf, leaving the bottom center unglued. Next will be how I add the leaves onto the PVC pipe. I used masking tape and taped down a thicker floral wire, and I added it randomly along the pipe. Then I used green crepe paper and rolled it diagonally along the pipe and going in between the floral wire as if you are floral taping a stem. I will also be linking my other tutorial below this video, and this will show you how to shape the pipe and make the base for the stem to make it freestanding using concrete. But you could also make these without the stem or stand by adding it onto a wall as a wall backdrop. You could also find a few other giant paper flower tutorials linked below that will pair well with this flower for a backdrop. Please like this video below and subscribe. Thank you for watching.